and welcome to A&E TV. Today we're joined for morning coffee by Patrick Jarjour, the co-founder of INKED. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning.
And to kick things off, tell us, what's your morning routine?
At the moment it changed drastically, but it depends actually when we have events the night before or not. I try to tend to wake up pretty early, not look at my phone, read a bit, chill, having my time alone, trying to relax as much as possible.
Okay. And obviously you're the co-founder of INKED, so what can you tell us about the concept and how it came about?
We were on our honeymoon with Kenza in Berlin. We saw the food scene there, and then we started having ideas of how we can make something happen that is not actually a restaurant. She's the one who's, let's say, expert in food. I'm more on the event side, so we said, why don't we combine that? When we had the idea, we said that has to be in El Circal Avenue and nowhere else.
Yeah. Okay, and what's the most interesting dining experience you've worked on so far?
We had a lot, but I would say the most meaningful was Cook for Syria.
Okay.
This is when actually we looked at each other with Kenza and we said we actually created a successful business because we were able to utilize it for a good cause.
Okay.
That was really something that we really liked working on.
Okay.
And I would say the other one that I really liked was the event we did in Barcelona not long time ago.
Okay.
It was quite challenging, but we flew, all the management team flew there to execute the event, from the executive chef to director of operation and director of events. And we executed everything ourselves there.
Okay, amazing. And what about the dining scene in Dubai in general? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's progressing a lot, more and more in the last few years. You have less companies wanting to bring franchise, thinking that what's done abroad is better than what's done here, and more homegrown concepts, and people are liking actually the new trends and the homegrown concepts as well.
Cool. And what about things that you don't like? Are there any trends or experiences that you've had that you don't think work at all?
I'm not a big fan of talking negative about anything. However, I can say that when there is a concept that has been created for money and not by passion.
Okay. And tell me, what's been your biggest career success to date, would you say?
Probably INKED. And I've always been an entrepreneur, and I opened several businesses. I do have another business at the moment. But probably INKED because it was a concept created with a lot of passion and not with a lot of knowledge, because it's not like a restaurant where you're going to speak to people who've done it before to understand what you should and what you shouldn't do. Everything was based on the feeling, and we realized that with a proper belief system, with the right feeling, and obviously with the right team, you can achieve anything you want.
Okay. And is there a motto that you live by professionally?
I would say kindness and ethics.
Okay. And what about your biggest challenges that you face with INKED? What would you say they are?
The biggest challenge at the beginning was to figure out what we wanted to do really, because it evolved while we were under construction. Everything evolved even after opening, but we do have challenges for each event we do.
Okay.
Because even when we do our own pop-ups, the first day is the first day. You don't have like a restaurant 2 weeks where you're going to invite friends, test things. So it's really the first day. There is that little stress to make sure that, okay, everything is fine. This is what we created, but is that exactly the outcome that we wanted? Most of the time it turns out to be pretty cool.
And what is that you still want to achieve that you haven't done yet?
We won't be able to talk about that in 5 minutes. But a lot, always a lot.
Okay.
The more you grow, the more you want to change things. But I would say the main thing I want to do, and that's throughout, whether it's professional career or personal, is to try to be able to change people's life in a positive way. So whatever INKED is a tool to be able to create something.
Okay.
And that's why Cook for Syria was the biggest success. Although from an event perspective, Cook for Syria was one of the easiest one. We did very complicated event, but the meaning of it was way bigger than any other event that we have created.
Okay. And do you have a professional mentor or someone who inspires you?
A lot of people, not necessarily one. I did work a lot when I was in the US with a life coach life coach because I did events for them as well, so you interact with them a lot. I don't really believe that someone should have one specific person because everyone is unique.
Yeah.
You are unique, I'm unique, everyone is unique, and then you need to take the best of each one and what suits you at the end, and not just copy paste what they do.
Yeah.
You can do it and you can be successful, but you might not be yourself.
Okay. And complete the sentence for me. I'm happy when.
Love is around, with a big L.
And what do you say no to?
Someone who doesn't take responsibility or finding excuses.
Okay.
Or, I mean, the negative part of that, let's say.
If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Patience, a lot of patience, and way more reading.
Okay.
I didn't read when I was young.
Okay. And what would you tell yourself 10 years from now?
Hopefully, what a great 10 years we just had, and let's push it and see where we can go.
And you mentioned reading. Is there any books that you're reading at the moment?
Sapiens, it's the history of humankind.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Okay. And how would you like the world to remember you?
Straightforward.
Okay. And final question, what's next for you?
No idea really. Anything that actually fits with the values we have and what we would like to achieve. It's not necessarily one specific business or something else, but something that's in line with what we do. This is what I realized. The moment you're in line, your actions are in line with your values, then everything seems to be rolling.
Okay, perfect. Patrick, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.